Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Well, today we have a haul. The lovely people at Rubber Stamp Tapestry, the Peg Stamp people, have sent me their new releases, and I thought I'd share them with you. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I absolutely love peg stamps. They're so easy for me to hold, and they are just a wonderful product. Well, Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter, has started developing some stamp sets for them, and they've expanded their line into acrylic stamps. And I'll show you those first. This one is called, so what we're going to call this one is a fireplace with a scene over it. And that one I think is going to be really cute for the holidays. In fact, I've already got an idea about how to combine that one with this one, which is like a snow globe. You can also turn it over and make it into an ornament. But I was thinking that this little street scene with the church would be really cute inside this frame. So I'm going to be doing that above the mantle, and so that's one of my ideas. Then she has this gingerbread house, and she's already made a video with this, and it was really fun to watch because I wasn't really sure what to do with some of these pieces. I didn't know that was a gumdrop. This I knew was kind of like a frosting design, and this is a frosting design, and then there's kind of a candy cane shape, and then these are supposed to be like, I think those are supposed to be like berries, I'm not sure, but anyway, I was thinking with this that I might use this and take off that part and make it into a dog house and do a dog based video with that one. So that one is, I mean, the ideas, when I saw the house, the ideas just started to come because I have a ton of dogs that would fit in there, and I thought that was adorable. Then they have this set, and this one really sparked my interest. This one is all kinds of Christmas greetings and all these little ornaments, and I'm going to be making some wreaths with these components in it. I think it's just gorgeous. So that's my next plan of attack with those. Then they came out with 4 traditional stamp sets. I'm going to be doing something with these 2 today. I'm going to be making my brother-in-law a birthday card, and he likes gnomes. And I have some gnome stamps, but I wanted to make a wreath around the outside, and I thought that these pines from the Shady Pine would be great for that. And then the littler pine cones from this Christmas time set would be great too. Then there's of course Hello Mistletoe with more of the little cute ornaments and the Christmas traditions. And I'll show you these if you've never seen peg stamps. That's what they call these because of the way they're made. The reason I like them, let me tell you a couple of secrets about these. The first secret is these boxes are the greatest. If you need to have a little palette, this little surface, it's only about maybe 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch high, but these little surfaces are great for palettes. And then for storing things, obviously these little packages work great. I don't usually keep the information, although Lindsay does. I instead write the names of the stamps on them. Now here's how they work. You can see them in the photo, what they are, but then they have them on top of the stamp as well. Then the other thing that they do is they put this little line right here. That tells you where a certain part of the stamp is. And sometimes you have to look at it to see what part of the stamp it is, but in this case, it's the little top of this this little bulb. It's this piece right here. You see that? It points to that. So you know when you stamp it, if you stamp like that, it's going to come up with it straight up and down. In fact, let's get us a little ink and play, shall we? Okay, so this is the stamp I was talking about. That's this little ball. And if you stamp it so that that line is straight up and down, your little wreath is going to be, I wasn't completely straight up and down, but that's, you know, that you've got the gist of it. Then this one that has the leaves, now I normally, yeah, it is that way. They have their stems so that the stem is at the bottom where the line is. So if you have leaves and you want the stem to be at the bottom, See how it is? That's where that line is. So it's really cool. And I was just talking to a lady that said she thinks she's going to have to give up stamping because she can't handle small stamps anymore. Let me tell you, this is the greatest invention for people who have hand or wrist issues. I absolutely love them, and even more importantly, the people that own this company are wonderful people. They're the most generous, kind people in the world. Last year when Rebecca, that's the owner, one of the owners, her husband, she and Donnie own it, last year when we were having all of the hurricanes where Florida and Puerto Rico and other parts of the states, Texas, were affected by the tornado, or not tornadoes, hurricanes, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Rebecca and I talked about it, and we decided we really wanted to help the crafters that were in those storms. And so Rebecca donated all kinds of supplies that we were able to send to people, and it was so wonderful. And you don't even have to ask her twice. She just is ready to help whenever you need someone. So I really love her, and I love her company. I love these stamps more than anything. If you have any questions about them, I'm always happy to answer. Here is the one thing, and this is true of all rubber stamps. If you have an edge on your rubber stamp, and this one you can see it on, see the stamp is in the center. Sorry about my nail polish. The stamp is only in the center. The edges, the red, is not going to stamp well. So when you get that, you have to get your Tim Holtz scissors and you just cut that away. That'll make it so when you do stamp this, you won't have a line. Let me show it to you before I trim it, so you can see the problem. See, if you don't stamp it perfectly up and down, see that little wee line right there? Let me do it again in case I didn't. See that line? I don't know if you can or not, but that's what happens when you have a very thin image. And if you've ever used any rubber stamps from Stampin' Up or anyone else where you've had a thin image, you'll have that happen. So then I've trimmed it, and now it's just perfect. So anytime you have a thin image, I do recommend you trimming your stamps. And you'll know, because when you stamp it the very first time, you'll see a little bit of black ink or whatever color ink on the side, and that will tell you which ones you just need to do a little trimming on. It takes a second, and then it's perfect. One more thing before I went, I wanted to show you how I store mine. I always write the names on the sides of mine or the set that they came from, and then I put them in these boxes I get at the Dollar Tree. Now normally, if I didn't have this in here, I'll just show you. Normally they just shut like that, and then I can stack them on top of each other. And I love these, and I have several of them that I keep them in. And if you see something in a set, like let's say that you want this nest and you don't want the rest of the set, you can go to the Robin's Nest set and just buy this particular stamp. You don't have to buy sets. And that's how I bought most of mine, is I buy individual ones. Thankfully, they gave me these sets, but normally I buy most of mine individually because I like to, find certain ones I like and add them to my collection. So that's just my thought, and I hope that you enjoyed this, that you will give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please tell your friends about me on social media, and thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.